Thank you so much for joining. This is Dating 101. This is my premier masterclass. This is the class that I teach only once a year, because it is chock full of goodies. It is actionable items. It is next steps. It is not fluff. It is the real deal. This is how you are going to get your love life in order if you listen. This is how you're going to get your love life in order if you listen. And at the end of this presentation, I have a whole bunch of amazing bonuses and extras and next steps, because all of the knowledge that I've gathered in the years of my dating experience, my own personal heartbreak, my years in education, 15 years in education, years in coaching cannot be squeezed into 2 hours, right? So I'm going to try to give you as much as I can. We're going to get started in literally 1 minute. I'm going to give you as much as I can in the next 2 hours. I hope you have your notebook. I hope you have your pen, whatever device you use to take notes. Hope you got your water. I got a new bottle. It says Align. Okay, I did not make this one. I normally do. I didn't make this one. This is off Etsy. So make sure you have your water, your coffee, your juice, everything that you need, because we are going to be jam-packed for the next 2 hours. This is what I'm thinking. I'm probably going to present for maybe an hour 15, an hour 20, hour 25, depending on how much I talk. Y'all know I like to talk too much. And then I'm going to have at least 30 minutes for you guys to ask me anything under the sun. Any dating or relationship questions you personally have, anything about my offerings, anything about me, but I do ask that we keep it to one question per person, because we want to make sure that everyone who has a question has the opportunity to ask it at the end. We do have my amazing virtual assistant, Versent. Versent is in the building. She's the one who will be letting you in and out. So if for some reason you got to go, which I don't know why, you're going to get the recording, but if you got to go, you will still have the opportunity to get back in. And if you have general questions, Versent is here on the call and she will be able to answer those questions for you. We are going to jump right in because I don't want to waste any more time. Thank you for everybody who is coming in. Let's go. All right, beautiful people. Y'all already know who I am. My name is Alison, certified dating and relationship coach. My bachelor's degree is in education. My master's degree is in counseling, specifically mental health counseling. And I've been in the counseling space, I probably have to change this, to 11 years at this point, okay? You guys already know as well that I am a certified relationship coach. Now, you might be asking, okay, Alison, what's so special about that? However, I don't need you to ask that question. Instead, I need you to ask, who have you been listening to? Right? Because there are so many people who have valid or invalid opinions, but are they the ones who are doing the work? Are they the ones who are in the trenches? Do they actually have clients? Right? So certification in my industry is like, some people have it, some people don't. But if you are like me, if you are a busy professional woman, if you are someone who invests in yourself, I know that I'm going to take advice from people who have the education, who have the certification, who have the experience, all balled up into one. So your girlfriends are cool, but we like some certified folks up in here, some licensed folks up in here, okay? This is my handsome husband, Andrew Wellington. I talk about him all the time. So far, we've been married for 3.5 years. We've been together for 7. And this is my little baby, my little Rogie Bear. It's so funny because when people reference her, they call her Rogie Bear. Like that's like her actual name, but this is my little Rogie Bear as well. So I am a new mom. And these are some of my testimonials. And the reason why I start with these is because this is something I need for you to go into this masterclass accepting and understanding. I need you to go into this masterclass accepting and understanding that the people that I have worked with, and we're going to literally go down the line, the people that I have worked with are professionals. I don't know if you guys can see on the low. I wonder if anybody ever noticed that this person has on scrubs and then she has on those Crocs, like the nurse Crocs. This is a nurse, busy, professional woman, degreed up. Y'all know how the nurses do. The nurses are over the top. They're going to have their name Mary Sue, and there's going to be BSN, RN, every N, BMCC, everything is behind. They don't play, right? But she decided that she was going to prioritize her love life right now. She had already prioritized her education. She had already prioritized her career. She had already became a registered nurse. She's making good money. She could afford a property or two. However, the other part of her life, her love life, her romantic life was missing. And that's when she decided to invest in herself and get into my coaching program, where you can see this screenshot, which is so funny because it says surprise, surprise. And it makes me think of that viral surprise, surprise. But this was a surprise for me. Because she was so busy, she finished her program and then I didn't hear from her. I checked in, she didn't respond. I was worried. I called, I texted, and then she hit me with the surprise, surprise. She is happily engaged. This is my next client, lovely woman. And let me tell you about her. Jamaican background at the time, I think she was 41, living in Miami. And when we were on our sessions, she would say to me, and I can tell you this because she told me I can tell y'all, okay? Every photo that I have are all video photo release signed. I'm not blowing anybody up. So she would repeatedly say in our sessions, you know, Alison, I'm in Miami. All the ladies look like this particular physique. I can't compete. Alison, I'm in Miami. You know, the ladies, they're Hispanic. They are, you know, Latina, the fiery Latinas that all the guys like, but they don't like me. Alison, I'm dark skinned, so they're not going to like me. Alison, I'm older. I'm 41 at the time when she started. They're not going to like me. Ta-da. Ta-da. Found her husband on Match, or her husband found her. Okay. This one is one of my favorites. The next one, this is orange nails. In my head, when I have like my testimonials, I always like orange nails or Miami wedding. So, oh, by the way, me and her are no longer friends because I did not get invited to the wedding, and I'm not happy about that. My clients needs to invite me to their weddings. I did this with you, okay? Okay. Next up, we have orange nails is what I call in my head. She said, hi, Alison, I hope all is well. I wanted to send an update that Alex and I are now officially engaged. We have set the date for 9/3/2022. My baby was born 9/4/2022. That's why I wasn't at that wedding. I hope that you'll be able to make it. At the time when she sent it, I wasn't, but I don't know if I had announced my pregnancy yet. So I might have told her privately I wasn't going to make it. I knew that. Let me know where to send the invitation. Thank you so much for your guidance, wisdom, and encouragement. My next client here, you can see beautiful woman, plus size. So society says that she's unattractive, has a child from a previous relationship. So society says she's undesirable, right? Married within a year of us connecting through our program. Okay. Engagement rings galore, all different colors, all different sizes, right? This client, happy, committed relationship. This one, married. This happened just October the 12th. So this just happened. I was at that wedding in Long Island. This couple here was shopping for rings. You see how nicely they're dressed? Behind here, that's a ring shop, shopping for rings. I thought they only did that in movies. Next client, and you will notice throughout this presentation when I show you people who are similar to you, tall, short, light, dark, heavy, skinny, black, white, married in the past, divorced, divorcee, lost their spouse, a mom, not a mom, wants to be a mom, would never dream of being a mom. These are all reflections of you. This client here, thank you. I ain't even tell the family yet, but I ran to tell you. You have it down to a science. I'm truly grateful for your training and enlightenment. You have really changed my life. Thank you. Okay. Next one. This was clearly at dinner, right? Thank you so much for keeping it real. Committed relationship. So y'all, a little secret about me. I kind of say this sometimes on live. I like to post the rings because the rings is what gets the likes, right? And I am a business owner who leverages social media. So I need to show you guys the wins. But the wins don't start or end with a ring. The wins start with finally going on quality dates and having a good time with like-minded gentlemen. The wins, let's take a step before that. The wins start with getting on an app and getting positive attention with guys who are actually interested and transition from the app to the phone and a phone to a date, because that's a struggle. The wins are going on quality dates and having fun, because dating should be fun. Wins are this one right here. I started off 2023 with a mission to find my person. Our sessions together gave me hope that I would find my person. Although I felt like giving up many times, you motivated me to keep putting myself out there. The last few months have been complete bliss. I truly believe I found the man God created for me this Thanksgiving. We spent time with our families and haven't stopped smiling. It couldn't be more perfect. My heart is full of joy. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all that you do. Now, she did send me some photos, but they haven't posted themselves yet. So then out of respect, I haven't posted them yet. Beautiful couple, okay? And this is one of my favorites. I'm engaged, Alison. I know I haven't been in touch. They ghost me and then they come back around when it's time to shine, literally. I know that I haven't been in touch, but I've been doing everything you taught us to do. Thank you for all of your help and your advice. I appreciate you and what you do. Okay, more engagements. And I do want you to take a note of something real quick. Long nails, short nails, red nails, blue nails, French nails. You got the ladies who got the razzle dazzle. You have the nice clean cut ones, like all different types, all different sizes, all different ages. And guess what? All different genders. So this idea that men are not serious, men don't want marriage, men don't look for support. They may not do it loudly, outwardly, publicly, but the client was not the wife at this wedding with my stunning blue dress. Fashion over, y'all, right? It was the groom. It was the groom. So all sizes, I don't want to hear excuses. All ages, I don't want to hear excuses. Not a mom, is a mom, gender, it doesn't matter. There are people who are working this thing because it works. And why do I do what I do? Why do I go live at least twice a week? Why do I yell at y'all through the screens every other day? You stop yelling, you yelling at us, right? Like all the things. Why do I send the DMs and follow up and text y'all and email y'all and probably get on y'all nerves? It's for y'all because I love y'all, right? I love y'all, but it's about these kids. I've been in education for 15 years and I directly, not only me, this is my personal observation, but the stats already cover it. I know that there's a direct relationship between healthy, happy children and healthy, happy parents who live under the same roof. Now, I am not saying that if you are a single mom, single dad right now, that your child is a failure. No, absolutely not. I am also the product of a single mom, right? After my parents divorced when I was 13. I'm not saying that. However, if we look at the stats in terms of mentally and physically healthy, more financially sound, it is nothing to talk about. The output that we get from children statistically across the country is different, higher, and better when they are living in a household with two parents who are healthy and happy together. Notice I did not say just two parents. That don't necessarily make a healthy, happy home either. Two parents who are healthy and happy living under the same roof. I do it for the kids. It's always been about the kids. It's been about the kids since I was 13 years old. That's when I knew I wanted to be a teacher. I was in math class, and when I was in 8th grade, we were learning algebra. So if you know anything about the education system, algebra is normally taught in the 9th grade. So when I was in the 8th grade, I was in algebra because y'all know I was bright. You know, I'm a bright girl. And so the math teacher's teaching her lesson. We're solving for x, y equals mx plus b, slope of a line, I don't know, whatever it was. And she's explaining and people aren't getting it. So I decided I was going to get up and I was going to go kid to kid in my class. And I was going to explain to them in a way that they could understand and appreciate. I don't remember all the details now, but I remember that I used the price of Jordans because that was my thing, right? That was my thing. The price of Jordans to explain how to solve for blah, 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 right? And I'm going kid to kid and I'm explaining it and they're getting it. And I remember thinking to myself, wow, this is super fulfilling. I feel good helping my classmates learn. That's when I got into education. I got my bachelor's degree from Brooklyn College in social studies 7 through 12. It's always been about the kids. So I love y'all. I love the rings. I love the committed relationships. I love the wedding invitations. But at the end of the day, it's about supporting our children, because if we want to change the trajectory of our culture and our society and our community, we have to pour into the children. We kind of washed, like we doing a little something, right? We kind of washed. So this is the work that I do. And it doesn't mean that, oh, it's too late because Alison is only going to help people who haven't had kids yet so that we can avoid this. Absolutely not. A lot of my clients are active parents now. Once they get into that committed relationship, engaged, married, now they have a father who is in the home, who's loving on that person's mom. Now we're giving an example to our children of what authentic love and support looks like. It's about the kids, okay? It's about the family unit, the family structure. And I'm not afraid to say it out loud that the nuclear family is what we need to work on in order to change the trajectory of our society. So now that you guys understand the background, now that you understand this is the work that I do, this is the work that I do, this is the work that I do, I need you to promise to take action. If you are like me, you are an action-oriented person. If you say that you're going to do something, you're going to do it. If you establish a goal, you are going to put a plan in place and you are going to execute. If you need to lean on help, you're going to find the help. You're going to do the work. You show up. If you are like me, I need you to promise to take action. If what I advise is reasonable. Only if what I advise is reasonable. If what I'm advising to you is unreasonable to you, it doesn't make sense, is illogical, there's no way on earth this could work. Not that you don't like it, that it's not going to work. Alison, this is unreasonable, it won't work. Okay, but if you will agree that if what Alison says tonight is reasonable, it makes sense. I could imagine this working. I already saw evidence case by case, no matter age, gender, race, size, color, it worked for them. I need you to raise your hand. I need you to, thank you, Ashley, for raising your hand. I need you to raise your hand and promise that you will going to take action. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Nia. Thank you, Terry. I need you to raise your hand. I need you to tell me that this is the real deal, that you will follow through. All right. I'm seeing, I'm 25 hands, 27 hands. Yes, let's go. All right. So before we get into actionable next steps, we have to understand why we are here right now. We have to be able to articulate it. We have to be able to wrap our minds around it. The reason why you guys chose to invest in this masterclass is because you have the following understandings. Number one, you understand that biology is not on our side. As human beings, it's not on our side, right? We are mere mortals. However, if you are a woman who is on this masterclass, right? If you are a woman and you desire children, then time is not on your side. I am not trying to be like the red pill dudes who's, oh, 35, right? I mean, there's IVF, there's other things that you can do. You can freeze your eggs, you can adopt. Time is not on our side biologically if you want children. And even if you don't want children or more children, time is still not on our side biologically, right? So again, I'm not trying to pressure you like society does and put so much pressure on women, but the truth is the truth. The science is the science. It ain't me. Okay, so you understand that now is the time to take action because simply we gonna die eventually. We're not spring chickens. And so if there are things that we want to change in our life, if we want companionship, if we want love, if we want support, if we want somebody who's going to help build a financial empire that we envision, we could do it alone, but why should we, right? Now is the time to take action. You are here because you understand that it doesn't feel good to celebrate your wins. Again, you're a busy professional woman like me. You win every day. You bought a house. You got that car. You have your degree. You degreed up, right? Your skin is glowing. Everything is lit. You already win, right? There's just one area that we're missing here, but every other capacity that you function, you're winning. But it's not nice to win alone. It's not nice to have to beg your girlfriend chat, hey girls, can we go out for dinner because I just got this promotion? Nobody's available. Somebody's stuck with the baby, somebody else, right? That's not a win. That's not what we desire. So it doesn't feel good to celebrate all of the wins that you keep achieving, right? The new promotion, the new raise, the new business, the new this, the new that, and you don't have someone who is here at home to feel that joy that you feel and to celebrate you. And the holidays, oh Lordy, the holidays are tough. Why? Grandma's on our behind, aunties on our behind, and we can have like a little quick snap that we can say back to them, but that doesn't eradicate how you feel about the situation at hand when you're feeling alone during the holidays, when you are being pressured during the holidays. And when Christmas comes, first of all, they be posting these things Christmas Eve. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what picture I'm talking about. Go ahead and put in the chat before I say it. The pictures that we're going to see on New Year's Eve, The pictures we gonna see on Christmas Day is 2 letters. One of them starts with a P and the other one starts with a J. The PJ pics. I got mine. I ordered my PJs since last month. Yes, I'm corny, so what? And if I had a dog, he would have the PJs on too. Yes, I love the corny. I love the memories. I want my kid to be able to say 5 years, 10 years from now, oh, mommy and daddy, you look so young. What you mean? Ha ha, he, kiki, laugh, laugh, right? I want my kid to be able to flip through and remember and see what the decor was like back then and how, I don't know how much clearer the photo is going to get, but how whack the photo quality looks now. And oh, when we used to live in Brooklyn, oh, this is before my little brother or sister came. Oh, this is when grandma stopped by. I want those memories, right? And so it's going to be very tough for some people this holiday season as we continue. Then you get the engagements, then you get the pregnancy announcements, and then you already know what comes after Christmas. It's going to be New Year's. Everybody going to be kissing, and then it's going to be the engagements, and then it's Valentine's. This is a lot of pressure. So now is the time to take action, because I love y'all. I'm going to say this respectfully. Some of y'all have been following me 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, and complaining about the same thing and not doing anything about it. In order to change your situation, you have to change your approach. You got to do something different to get a different result. So y'all understand why time is of the essence. I went to UPS to ship back some packages because I'm addicted to Amazon. I have a SUV. I opened the door. I guess the SUV was lowered. I don't know why. Well, I probably pressed something. Opened the door. The door got stuck on the curb. First thing, you know who I'm calling? My man, my man, my man. A door is stuck on the curb, y'all. All I got to do is take the handle and lift the door to get it closed, and then be more careful next time when I pull up on the curb and I swing the door. No, no, no. I need your assistance. I need your attention. We're talking about living in a soft life. That means these hands don't get dirty. I'm not taking out a garbage bag ever. Right? I need somebody that I can rely on emotionally. I have a tough day at work. I have a tough client. I'm a business owner. Things aren't going the way that I anticipated. Whatever that might look like. My man, my man, my man. My camera's not working. Babe, can you come fix the camera? Hopefully he didn't hear that because he might actually come. Y'all see me on live. I'm coughing. Baby, bring me some water. I need my man, my man, my man. Now, can I do all these things on my own? Of course I can. But why would I want to if I can avoid it? Why is now the time? It doesn't feel good to have to make all your decisions on your own. You start questioning yourself. I want someone that I can throw ideas at and get reflections and get feedback and give me some insight. What do you think? Is this reasonable? Should I hold off? I'm thinking about investing in this. I'm thinking about doing that. I'm going to hire this business coach. What do you think about that, babe? Should we get a new car? I want to move to Houston. I really do want to move to Houston. What will that look like, right? No, I need somebody. Every decision, I need someone's feedback and thoughts, and how will this affect something that I have not considered? And my best friend is amazing. Paris Gray Marcus is amazing. She don't live in this house though, and the decisions I make do not directly impact her. They directly impact him and our kid. So I need that reflection, right? And it doesn't feel good to do all the work. And yes, you could hire people to do the stuff you don't want to do, but I don't want to do that either. I don't need to have the plumber and the electrician and the people who come around the block driving, looking to cut the grass. And no, I don't want to do all the work by myself. I don't want to do all the mental work all by myself. No. I want help, period. Okay. So this masterclass is for you if, number one, you are looking for a committed relationship. If you're not, it's okay. You can exit stage left, send me an email, might send you a refund. I don't know if I'm feeling good today. This is for committed relationship people. This is for people who tend to self-sabotage the relationship that they're in. You're the one who's ruining things out of fear or whatever that might look like. This is for the people who date the same guy over and over again with a different face. You keep dating the same toxic people. This is for the people who are afraid to love again. You have been heartbroken and you don't want to do it again. And most importantly, this is for the people who are ready to do the work. We talk about the work every day on my page. This is the work. This is the work right here by showing up, and I'm proud of you. So by the end of this training, what will you be able to do? Number one, we are going to figure out, talk you through, guide you through, get you through learning how to navigate the dating scene, both online and offline. Y'all could fight me later. Yes, we're doing both. You doing both, BOUF, both. We are going to discuss, and you are going to learn how to discern between who is worthy of your time and who isn't. Not who's worthy. I try to be very careful about the P and the trash and who's worthy and who's not. I use these terms because I try not to. Malcolm X says, I use these terms against my will. It's a part of the vernacular, right? But who's worthy of your time versus who isn't? Learn when and how to not make a move. So when to make a move, when not to make that move. And by the end, you will know what to say and do to be asked on quality dates. Okay? So first we have to prepare. Preparation is the key. Before you say, well, Alison, which app is the right dating app? That's the problem. Y'all focusing on the wrong things. You're not doing the prep work, right? You're not washing the potatoes and peeling the potatoes and then sticking with it with the fork before you put it in to boil. And then you're surprised when your potatoes are nasty, right? You're not doing the pre-work. So let's prepare first before we get into the nitty gritty. And please keep in mind, in this preparation, a new mindset is what's going to get you new results. We got to start with a new mindset. So this is the pre-work, right? This is the precursor. These are the fundamentals. And then it will yield us, if we follow through, with new results. Okay, so what are we talking about here? First of all, I need you to have a clear vision as to what you want. That's where we start. We're not talking about dating apps. You're not going to ask me down, Alison, where should I go in Miami, Houston, Atlanta? No, 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 no. Before we do that is we need a clear vision on what you want out of the relationship. So I ask my clients to create 3 SMART goals, 3 relationship goals on exactly what they want the relationship to do, how they want it to function. It says, get clear on what fruit you want the relationship to bear. What do you want to come out of this? I want marriage. I want children. I want to establish generational wealth for my children's children, right? Whatever that might look like. I want to create a safe emotional space for my children to thrive and flourish. Whatever yours are yours, right? You are going to write them down every single night on paper, not in your notepad, not in your notes on your cell phone, not in a quick, on paper. I want you to get a pretty notebook, a pretty binder, a pretty journal off of Amazon, get a nice pen. I'm kind of gaudy. Like, y'all know, I like my big stuff. I like my, right? So I like the pen with like the diamond on the top. I'm a little extra. Whatever that looks like for you, I want you to get it. And I need you to write those down every night. Why? Why do I need you to write this down every night? The reason is because I want these goals to become part of you. I want them to become a part of your subconscious. If you guys are familiar with the phrase rose-colored glasses are when people put on glasses that are tinted like pink, like rosy colored. And so when you look through the glasses, everything that you see is rosy colored, AKA it looks all good. Somebody has on rose-colored glasses, they see everything is rosy and perfect and great, right? I need you to put on your goals glasses, not your rose-colored glasses, your goals glasses. When you write down your goals every single night, it becomes a part of your subconscious. Every time you meet a guy, every time you're conversing with someone, good or bad, I should say, a good fit or a not so good fit, you are going to be seeing him through those glasses. You're going like kind of like computerized. You're going to be seeing those goals roll past those glasses, right? Go roll past the lenses. You're going to be thinking about what questions you should be asking. You're going to look past he's 6 feet. You're going to look past his chocolatey, beautiful skin. You're going to look past his full beard. You're going to look past his beautiful, straight, white teeth. Not that those things matter, but they don't matter more than does he want what you want out of a relationship. That 6'5", fit, chocolatey, bearded up, straight white teeth guy will waste your time. But I should say, that guy will make you or allow you or give you the opportunity to waste your own dang time because this is your choice. So we're not looking at that initially. The first question is, does this guy want what I want? Does he want the relationship that we would potentially have together? Does he want the same fruit as me? If he doesn't, it doesn't matter how much money that he makes. It doesn't matter how handsome he is. It doesn't matter how many children he has. None of that matters, because what's going to happen is that you're going to be a situationship. Come on, somebody. You're going to be in a situationship with the most handsome man in the hood, most handsome guy in the neighborhood. Gets you nothing. Goals, glasses, goals, glasses. That's why we write this down every single night. Okay. Step 2, I need you now. We're going to get into some handsome. I need you to get a clear vision as to what you want out of the person. So number 1, more important than the person, or I am more important. Yeah, no, I'm gonna stick with that. More important than the person is, do they want what I want? Because it doesn't matter about the person if they don't want what you want. He wants to live on a farm and grow his own crops and be vegan. You like the city lights. You're trying to go to Miami. You're trying to be in Chicago. You're trying to be in LA. You're trying to be a star. It don't matter what he look like and what he can provide. Y'all lifestyles don't match. Y'all not gonna bear the same fruit, right? So first is going to be, does he want what I want in terms of lifestyle and relationship? Now we're going to get into the man. So I hope y'all taking notes. I hope y'all taking notes. Okay, let's talk about the man. What I implore you and what I teach in my coaching program, The Partner You Deserve, when I work with women to get them into a committed relationship within 6 months, not the year and 2 years y'all been following me, some of y'all, 6 months. What do I tell them? You need to create a list of non-negotiables. What are the non-negotiables? The non-negotiables are personality traits. They are behaviors and traits that your potential partner must seemingly have based on your own morals and values. That's that whole be the list that you keep hearing about online. You're going to create a list of behaviors and traits that you want out of a partner based on your own morals and values. Alison, what do you mean? What I mean is that if you value religion, you want a man who has a relationship with God, he reads the word, he prays. You need to go to church, have a relationship with God, read and pray. You cannot have an expectation of someone that you cannot deliver. Now, I'm not talking about exact matches. So in heterosexual relationships, obviously there's a yin and a yang. So we're not talking about exact matches. Someone on my Instagram thought she was smart. I told this on my live the other day. And she said, well, how can I be the list? This goes back to the 6-foot chocolatey thing. How can I be the list? Because what I require is that he's 6 foot and chocolatey and I can never be that. Ha, ha, ha. I said, of course not, right? That's not what we mean when we say be the list. We don't mean it literally. And maybe that's a part of the problem. When we, people in the relationship space, say that, what I mean is that you need to be able to complement that thing. So it may be an exact match, or some things need to be a complement. You don't have to make as much money as he does. But if you want a man who makes a lot of money, you need to be a good steward of money. Because why would a well-off man want to be and I'm not talking about date a woman for a couple of months, take flyer out to, I don't know, Bahamas. I'm talking about marry lifelong for the rest of my life. Why would he want to marry a woman who's going to waste up all his money? No, he wants a woman who's a good steward of money. It doesn't mean he won't treat her well and buy her things here and there. I'm talking about a woman who is running amok, destroying the legacy that he worked for the last 20, 30 years. It's unreasonable. So what I told that woman in regards to well, I can't be the list because I'm not chocolate, I said, okay, well, you feel, and I think a lot of women, especially Black women, are attracted to this particular physique, this particular height, this particular complexion, whatever. Are you that to them? Meaning, are you whatever the standard is of beauty in the Black community? Are you that? Because that man understands, this is logic and reason. We might not like it, but it's logic and reason. That man understands that he is considered the most desirable. That's why many times those guys be the bums, because they know that they don't have to provide and they don't have to be good people and they don't have to be good fathers, because some chick is going to be so elated that she got her 6-foot chocolatey man with the beard and the straight teeth and the white smile. Y'all hearing me out here? Y'all hearing me out here? You see what I'm saying? So you need to be that. What that man would want. Would he want you? I didn't click on her page. I don't know what she looks like. But that's what we mean by being the list, right? That's what we mean by that. You have to show up as the person that would match with you. You think women are the only ones who want to be equally yoked? Absolutely not. Any logical, reasonable man, which is the kind of man you want in your life, also wants to be equally yoked. He wants to be with someone who is comparable, who can do the types of things that he can do. Okay? So again, non-negotiables, those are the personality traits, morals and values, right? Behaviors based on morals and values. I'm not telling you to date, a gargoyle. I want you to date someone you're attracted to, because especially for women, men, they could kind of do their thing in a hole, like their standard's kind of low, right? For us, we physiologically usually can't even get the deed done unless we're attracted to our partner. So I want you to be attracted. I'm saying don't allow that to be the leading deciding factor. It can be on your list of requirements. It should not be the first thing that we tick off, okay? Not a salary, y'all. Not a specific salary. We live in a capitalistic society. I am no fool. I would not date a bum. I wouldn't marry a bum. However, having a very specific salary as your standard is not in your best interest. And I'm going to tell you why. I know people who make a ton of money, cardiologists, anesthesiologists, people who run their own practices, and they are broke by broke. Why? Because they don't manage their money properly. They have property that's underwater. They have a whole bunch of cars that are depreciating in value every minute of the day. They're not even making it an asset. They don't have it on Turo. They're not doing anything. They just want to have because it's cute to have, right? They're paying alimony to two ex-wives, hot mess express. So the salary in itself is not enough to decide, and should not be enough to decide whether or not you want to give that gentleman a chance, okay? Salary can be a starting point because that's the income. And then we also need to pay attention to other behaviors that will give us insight on how they manage said money. Don't just run with this 100,000 because that's what everybody say, right? You in Mississippi, he making 100K, he making that thing work. He's investing, he's saving, he has properties. Girl, don't block your blessings. Last thing, you already know how I feel about this if you've been following me. Height requirements. As a requirement is a problem. As a requirement, as a problem, not a preference. Preference is my husband can cook. That's great. That makes my life easier. I'm so thankful, but I wouldn't marry him because of it, right? You should not be choosing a gentleman because of his height. That's a requirement. He has to be at least 6 feet. He has to be at least 6'2". If you are 5'2", 5'4", 5'6", 5'7", you telling me he can't be 5'10"? That's really going to be the thing. That's going to be the thing that's going to separate you from you and legacy and love and attention and affection and support and a father for your future children and a father for your current children. Come on now. Let's not be unreasonable here. Okay? We're moving along. Acceptance. These are the foundations. These are just as important as what y'all really want me to get to, which is the dating apps and where to go to meet guys. This is more important than that, because if we don't have these foundational pieces, you will not be as successful as quickly as you could be once I get to that information, but we will get to it. I need you to accept the fact that you are worthy, but you are not perfect. So right now I'm talking to my girls with the extremely high confidence. That's me. It's bad. So confident. You can't tell me nothing. But I also recognize that there is significant room for improvement. I'm working on it every day. And so if I'm giving myself the grace to do it every day, then also that means that I need to give someone else grace too. I need to give someone else grace too. And it's okay not to be perfect, right? And for my ladies who don't have the overconfidence problem, I need you to uplift that confidence. We do that work in my coaching program, The Partner You Deserve. Building your confidence, letting you feel worthy and beautiful and intelligent and valuable, building your muscle of discernment so you know what questions to ask and when to step away from situations that are not an appropriate match for you. Knowing what you desire and what you require is not unreasonable, right? Acceptance again. Yeah, because acceptance is that serious. Okay. This is getting to a little bit more of the practical stuff. Y'all know me. Y'all know I like the meat. Pause. I like the real deal Holyfield, right? So I need you to accept the fact that you have to go outside, period. For my city girls, period. You got to go outside. He is not going to be delivered to your front porch. You are not going to open him up. If there's any gentlemen on here, open her up as a Christmas gift underneath the tree. They will not be delivered. You have to put yourself out there. You have to go outside. With all of this conversation around, I want to meet someone organically, I don't want to go on the apps. But then you also not going outside either. Y'all got to make it make sense. The girl math ain't mathing. The girl math ain't mathing. You have to go outside, which is why I implore you to start, what's today? Thursday. If you're watching this Thursday live, right? Tomorrow's Friday. And we're going to talk about spaces and places to go. But you have to put out the effort. If you are not putting out the effort, why should you reap the reward? Why? Anybody who's a mom out here, any moms out here, right? Report cards just came out, especially in New York City. Report cards just came out. I probably on purpose to punish these kids who's not doing their work. If you decide that you are going to take back some of the gifts that you've already purchased your child, or if you decide that you're not going to purchase the gifts this weekend into next weekend for Christmas because they did not deliver on their grades, you would think that's a reasonable thing to do. You have punished them. You have not given them something that they want because they were not willing to do the work and reciprocate. So why should God, why should the universe, whatever you believe in, give you what you want and you're not willing to do the work to get it? You're not even willing to go outside. Right? But y'all here, so y'all will learn. Ideally, I want you to do both in-person and dating apps. Why? I want you to get the quickest results. My clients are getting results in 6 months. They're getting in committed relationships in 6 months. I want you to get it as quickly as possible, right? So what does that mean? We need to double up. I can just diet and lose the weight. I can just exercise and lose the weight. But if I diet and exercise, I'm going to get faster results. And I might add, I probably look better, right? It's going to be a little bit more cut. The butt's going to be lifted a little bit, right? I want to win. I'm going to take every opportunity that's available to me. I want you to win. I want you to take every tool that's available to you to meet new people. Okay, step 5. Again, we're building the foundation. We're going to get to the meat and potatoes, but we're building the foundation. I need you to roster up. You need to unlearn. Many of you need to unlearn the idea that you are to date one person at a time. It's just not true. It is unreasonable. It is illogical. It is unconscionable for you to be investing all of your free time into one person who has said, hello, I want to take you out to get some cheap Thai. No, that's unreasonable. I want you to think about dating as fun job interviewing. It's job interviewing with activities and good meals. And if you drink, a nice little drink, right? You would not dare spend all the time and effort writing up your cover letter, specifying it for the position, writing up your resume, opening up an account on Indeed, uploading it, applying for a job for them to just ask you all the same questions that's already on your resume. So annoying. Apply for a job, get an interview, and then you would close out your account and wait the week for the interview. Then once you get on the interview, you dress up, you look amazing, you go, you speak, you're so well-spoken, you're so knowledgeable, like you are just a must hire. Then you're going to wait another 2 weeks quietly for them to interview the other candidates. And then maybe, you know how these jobs are, if you don't get the job, they don't call you. Ghosting, does this sound familiar? Absolutely not. Once you created your resume and cover letter, yes, you might specify it for each job, but you're going to specify it for the first job, upload it, apply, and then you're going to edit that thing and you're going to upload it again. And you're going to edit that thing and you're going to apply for another job. And then you're going to have a resume on, you're going to have an interview on Monday and Wednesday and Friday. And then you're going to kill it at each and every interview. And then you might go in for a second interview if you are interested in the position and they're interested in you. And then there might be one of the jobs you ain't really like anyway, so forget them. One of the jobs ain't like you, so still forget them. You are not going to sit around for weeks on end hoping and praying that one position would hire you. So why would you wait around for weeks and months on end to see if one guy is interested in you? Absolutely not. They done lied to you. Especially my West Indian girls, my African girls, we were lied to. Absolutely not. And I'm sure my Southern girls too. Nope, they're not waiting, so we're not waiting. Let's specifically move on and talk about dating apps. Let's talk about dating apps specifically, okay? Make sure you have your notes. We're taking notes. So choosing the right dating app. Again, literally the number one question I get, how do I know which one is the right app for me? So let me tell you what the logic is. Again, logic-based, reason-based, research-based, statistically based. So I'm not just pulling things out the air willy-nilly. The way that you choose a dating app, the most important consideration you have on a dating app is going to be which ones are the most popular ones in your region. Yes, that is a deciding factor. Number one, most important thing, because I could say that this particular app, Bumble, I like Bumble a lot. Actually, you know what? Let me go with Coffee Meets Bagel. I'll tell you why I like all of these, but I like all of them for the most part, except for Plenty of Fish. Don't tell the Plenty of Fish people that. They might sue me, right? So let's go with Coffee Meets Bagel, perfect example, which is a great app in the East Coast. You know why? Because it's popular. In the East Coast, it does not exist hardly, uselessly, if that's a word, in the West. So my girls on the West Coast, don't even bother. You're wasting your time. There aren't enough people. I want you to think about if there are 1 million people who have active profiles on an app, 1 million people, half of them by default are an inappropriate match, unless you're bisexual, an inappropriate match because half of them are going to be the same sex as you. Now we're already down to 500,000. From the 500,000, how many of them do you think are in your city? Chicago, LA, Dallas, Houston, Miami, Atlanta. Now what are we down to? 200,000 who are in your city, in your area? Now with the 200,000, how many of them are under 30? How many of them are over 55? How many of them are even handsome to you? How many of them filled out a decent profile that they can show you that they can read and write on a 5th grade level? We need millions, which is why I'm going to give you this tidbit. I am against BLK. And not that I'm against Black love. I'm against the app because it's simply, well, there's 2 reasons. Number 1, it's because it just simply doesn't have enough profiles on it. And number 2, which goes to the second point, you need an app that has great usability. Great usability, meaning you can use it easily. Not an app that says, please hold, we're doing an upgrade, see us in 2 weeks. Absolutely not. If the tech is not in place, you're not going to want to use it. It needs to be user friendly. Let me take a step back real quick. Sorry. So choosing the right dating app is choosing the app that's the most popular in your region, unless you need, emphasis on need, a requirement, a niche app like Farmers Only or JDate. If you're not familiar with JDate, that's a date for people of the Jewish faith. Okay. So unless you absolutely need an extremely niche app, right? There's some people who have STIs and they only feel comfortable dating other people with the same. Very niche app. There's an app for little people. Very niche app. That I can understand. You need to have it. Other than that, I need you to be on an app that's the most popular in your region. That's the standard. That's the standard. Okay. So last point. What are you going to do with this app? You are going to check it and use it every single day. Why? If you are on Bumble, which is an app that I'm a fan of across the country, for some people, this goes back to point 2, the usability. You may not like how it functions. The functionality is what I should be saying. You may not like how it functions. You may not like how it functions because it requires women to initiate the first conversation. Men cannot reach out to you, right? So some women don't like that. I don't want to have to reach out. I don't know if it's laziness. It's one thing if it's laziness, then y'all need to just get it together. But you feel super uncomfortable. Okay, fine. What I love about it is the fact that randoms can't touch me. Randoms can't match with me, right? You can't trick me. Like, no, you cannot touch me. You can't reach me. You can't connect with me. None of that. I want the power to connect with the gentleman who I see is appropriate, at least based on what I've seen in that moment, in that snapshot on that profile. Right? I don't want randoms to reach out to me. So I love Bumble. But again, that goes back to functionality, point 2. And you must check it every day. On Bumble, the messages expire after 24 hours. So you're not checking it, you're missing out. You got to be on every day. You can scroll on Instagram every day, TikTok, you could do this too. Now, let's talk about your particular profile. Let's talk about, oh, I'm doing good on time. Your particular profile. What does it have to look like? Number 1, you need to have 6 clear photos of you and only you. Not you. You and a dog is okay. Not you and your daddy. We assuming that that's your man. He's 60 years old. He's 70. I don't care. You like him old. Not your little brother. He's clearly 17. I don't care. You like him young. Not your sister. They may think that you are the sister and the sister is you, which may be a problem either way. They swiped on you because they thought that you was your sister and they liked your sister, or they didn't swipe on you because whatever, it's a problem, it's confusion. Well, Alison, my other photos are clearly me. I don't care. People don't read, they don't pay attention to detail. No one else. 6 photos of you and only you. You do not want any comparison. Y'all heard what I said earlier. I am extremely confident, overly confident, right? However, I'm not going to post a picture of me next to Beyonce. Even though everybody knows it's Beyonce, she might dim my light. I'm not looking for nobody to dim my light. No, thank you. Ergo, you and only you. Number 2, we're talking about optimizing your dating profile. I need you to have a 15, 20-second bio. If your bio about me, about you, y'all know what section I'm talking about. if your bio has to have it when you've written it, that you click on it, and then I have to read more, they ain't reading more. I'm telling you that right now. Y'all don't read neither. They ain't the wrong ones. That's people. They're lazy and they're in a rush. They're doing things to pass the time. They just woke up in the morning. They're waiting for the snooze. They're not reading. So you need to have your bio 15 seconds, something I can read in less than 15 seconds. If you've written so much where we have to click and it says see more, you have written too much. You need to shorten it up. Okay. Last piece about optimizing your dating profile, your prompts. The prompts are the fill in the blanks. It'll be a drop down and then they'll ask you a whole bunch of fill in the blanks. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So they're going to say things like, my third grade teacher would say this about me. Convince me of this. My irrational fear is that. I'll introduce you to my parents if those. You know what I'm talking about? I need you to create a prompt sandwich. If there's anyone who is from education or from corporate, y'all know what I'm talking about. They also call it the compliment sandwich. Okay, how does it look? You start with something that's positive and sweet on the top. In the middle, where the meat and potatoes are, is where you get to the point, and then you end with something sweet. So in education, it looks like, and so my parents might appreciate this too, it looks like Billy is so full of life, right? So that's the positive. He's so full of life. However, sometimes when he is so excited, it becomes a distraction to others. That's what I really wanted to tell you, but you're a parent, you're going to be sensitive. So let me just soften the blow. Your kid's distracting everybody else, right? However, mom and dad, I am sure that if we work together to put a plan in place, we can allow Billy to work out all of his energy and then come back into class and be focused. So sweet, the truth, and then sweet. Same idea on the dating apps. So with that being said, it's the prompt sandwich. The number one thing is going to be sweet. It's not romantic. It's not flirtatious. It's giving us some insight about you that's sweet and nice and easy. I would argue, anything I would argue about is that Martin is not as funny as everybody says, and actually Fresh Prince is funnier. What? Huh? That's crazy. Right? Something light and easy. Something on my bucket list is that I really want to bungee jump. Soft and easy and light. It engages us in conversation. We want to ask more questions. Girl, you crazy? Why would you want to bungee jump? Oh, I'm adventurous. Well, I am too, but not like that, right? It gets us talking, but it's nothing that's heavy. It's nothing that's super serious. So that's our first piece of bread in the prompt sandwich, light and easy, similar to the compliment sandwich. Billy is a ball of energy. Got it? Light, easy. The middle, the beef patty with the cheese, with the lettuce and tomatoes, the good stuff, right? This is where you are going to say, I am looking for a committed relationship. You have to find the prompt that matches that. So it might look something like, I will introduce you to my parents if. The fastest way to my heart is. One of those. And your answer needs to include committed relationship. It has to say that, because you need to reiterate to these people over and over and over again in a very nice way, I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with you. Don't get on my line if you don't want what I want. But you can't say that, because that comes across as aggressive and nasty and angry and jaded, right? Even though it might be the truth. We can't come across like that. So instead, you are reiterating what you do want and not what you don't want, right? So the bio, going back to the bio, point 2, saying what you're looking for, not what you want to avoid. If you a F-boy, don't reach out to me because, no, it doesn't work like that. And then the last prompt again, sweet, light, easy. My third grade teacher said that I talk too much, but I guess it worked out now because I'm a motivational speaker. Light, easy, nothing crazy. Got it? Okay. Now we're talking about in-person interactions. How are you interacting in person so that you can attract the type of guy that you are interested? First of all, we already said you got to go outside. That was a part of the fundamentals. If we ain't doing that, then we ain't doing this. But that has to be what you do, okay? So we're starting with where to go to meet good men. Where to go to meet good men. So you guys see there's the pyramid on here. I've shared this before. The bottom is tier 3. That's the bottom of the barrel. Notice it's the biggest section of the pyramid, right? Those are the things you already do anyway. It ain't special. Sorry. Oh, Allison, you'd be proud of me because this weekend I went to my coworker's retirement party. You was going to go there anyway. That ain't special. It's not differentiated. And when we get to differentiation in terms of tier 2 and tier 1, you'll know what I'm talking about. You was going to go. You were going to the kickback. You were going to the game night. You were going to the hookah bar. You were going to the football game. And by the way, Super Bowl's coming up. I'm going to have some nice information around that, right? Coming up soon. You were going to do it anyway. Somebody else's baby shower, obviously, hopefully, somebody else's family or reunion, right? You were going to do that anyway. That's tier 3. Yes, there are people are there. Yes, your husband could be there, but you ain't do nothing special. There's no differentiation. Tier 2 is where I want you to live and breathe. Tier 2 is where I want you to live and breathe. Tier 2 is where the men's are. Okay? If there are any gentlemen who are on here who are dating women, you need to just flip what I'm saying. Okay? So tier 2 is where men go. I need you to go to places where men frequent. So that's going to, and we're talking about specifically in regards to entertainment, because tier 1 is going to even differentiate more. That's why the triangle is so small. So places of entertainment where you would see what will most likely be straight men. For instance, I had a client who, she was new. She's a newbie. She's so sweet. She's like, oh, Alison, I went to the Gladys Knight concert. She's in her 30s. That's tier 3. That's not special, right? I need a specific. So that's going to be concerts, usually with music or artists that are going to be of male interest. One of my clients in a committed relationship, she met her partner at a Lox concert. If you're not familiar who the Lox is, they are a 90s hip hop group from Yonkers, right? That makes sense. So we're talking about concerts that are in alignment with men's interests. We're talking about sporting events that are in alignment with men's interests, not the gymnastics meet, right? So it's going to be the basketball game, the football game, the baseball game. It's going to be monster cars. It's going to be the car show that travels across the country. These are entertainment-based events that are male-dominated. Why? Because you want this to be in your favor. You want this to be in your favor. You want more men to choose from, and you want to be one of the most beautiful people in the space, and you will be by default because you're a woman. So you automatically win. Does that make sense? Okay. That's your tier 2. That's where you can live every week. That's going to be the pool hall. That's going to be the cigar bar. Now, I will say this before I move on to tier 1. I need these things to be of some interest to you. So you can't go to the cigar bar if you have asthma. I don't like baseball. I'm never going to a baseball game. I like basketball. I'll go to a basketball game. So it still needs to be reasonable in the things that you kind of like or you can deal with. Okay. Tier 1. Excuse me, guys. Ever since I stopped teaching, I don't have the voice I don't have the teacher voice like I used to. Tier 1. Tier 1 is going to be ideal, however, potentially costly. So I want you to think about tier 1, and I want you to split that triangle, split it in half in your head. So now we have 2 triangles, right? One half of the triangle, still male dominated like tier 2, still male dominated. However, it's male dominated and serious, normally related to politics or industry or business. So those are conferences around male dominated industries, real estate, investment, Bitcoin, anything of the sort, pharmaceuticals. You're not going to the education conference because there's going to be a whole bunch of other ladies there with you. You're not going to the nurses conference. You're going to go to the pharmaceutical conference. You're going to go to the higher education conference. You're going to go to the education leadership conference, not the teachers conference. All right. So the reason why I say it's a little bit costly because conference events normally will cost you $150 and up. So it's a bit of an investment. All right. But again, you're going to be around, and this is the win of tier 1, like-minded people who understand that they need to invest in themselves in order to grow, people who understand the power of networking. Again, if you are a busy professional woman like me, you understand the value of conferences. You need someone who is like-minded. People who normally invest in themselves this way also value the institution, generally tend to value the institution of family and marriage. They understand the power of family and marriage. We don't have the Carnegies, and we don't have the Kennedys without marriage and family, and they understand that. Okay, they understand the value of the institution of marriage. These are business-minded people. They are people who invest in themselves. They got the coins to spend extra money to invest in themselves. That is half of tier one. The other half of tier one is going to be people who invest in themselves, spending money, but not in a serious way, like not in a political or career, but instead to socialize. That's going to be social clubs. Okay, so the gathering spot. In New York here, we have Dumbo Loft, Soho Loft, right? These are people who have spent the money to do what we do for free every day on social media, which is to socialize. Number one, that means they have the $3,500 to $5,000 a year to spend on socialization. They have the extra coins. We want people who are financially sound. This makes sense. Number two, they tend to rub elbows with the upper echelon. And I'm not trying to be classist, but upper echelon types of people. They're the ones who are going to the political fundraiser where it's $1,000 a plate. You want to rub shoulders with like-minded, and this is your crowd, then this is your crowd. You have to put yourself out there. You can't just be doing 65 hours, 70 hours in the office trying to make made partner. You got the whole firm on your back, got the whole practice on your back, right? Running the whole school on your own, running your whole business on your own, and not thinking that you can't or won't put yourself out there. You're going to be found in your office. You're not. You know who's gonna find you? The janitor. That sounds like a perfect Terry. What's his name? Perry. The guy that makes all the movies where all the successful women have to date the poorest of the poor. I ain't hanging. That's Tyler Perry. I ain't hanging. I'm just saying. You got to mix with those people, which means it's an investment. That's where you go to meet men. Got it? Good. So now we're talking about you're outside. You're going to these specific events that I've directed you to. How do you now get approached? So number one, you need to dress for your shape. I saw y'all the photo. I showed y'all the photos. I had people who were this thin, this thick, tall, short, all different types of shapes and figures. And they're all in happy, committed relationships. Some of them engaged, some of them already walked down the aisle. So yes, should you be working on your overall health and fitness? Sure, but that's not supposed to stop you. You think a man's not going to want you and love you and want to marry you because you got some extra pounds on? Absolutely not, right? So yes, should we be constantly working on our fitness? For sure. That ain't no reason to stop dating. Date as you work and you will be loved, right? And the confidence is there. So you need to dress for your shape. I know my physique. I am like, well, I don't want to drag it because y'all see me in person, y'all gonna say I'm snatch. But the best comparison, I'm heavy on the top and then like kind of triangular, not as big at the bottom as I like. I might go to Miami after my next baby. I don't know. Hold on, you're gonna hold on that idea. Anywho, I like to be bigger at the bottom. I'm bigger on the top than I am at the bottom. You know what is my favorite outfit? Favorite crop top, high-waisted pants, wide legs. That gives me the shape that I've evened out. It may not make me look like I have a big butt or big hips. The wide leg does help, but at minimum, it evens me out. So I'm not so top heavy and then a little triangular shape, right? So dressing for your shape and smelling good. I need you to walk past. You know how it is. Y'all ever go into an elevator with no one's in there and you say, oh, it smells so good. The scent lasted from the person who left. You won't even see that person, not a walk by, left the room ruminating. That's what I need. So you need to get your oils. You need to go to, this is Christmas time. That means that you should be going to Macy's and Bloomingdale's. They all out with their things. Find your scent and rock it. Have a little sample in your purse and have the big bottle in your house. And you should be dabbing up and smelling good. You want to be memorable. Sense of smell on human beings is the strongest sense. You want to be memorable. That's what they need to be doing. Giving you the double look. Okay. I didn't mean to put the whole curse word. My bad, y'all. I need you to replace your resting bee face. Yeah, I know what the bee is by looking at the screen with a smile. Even me, rough, mean Coach Allie, still have a smile, right? Because let's be reasonable. If you want men, this is the term, we want emotionally aware men. We want men who express them or emotion. We want men who have tapped into right? Those men have read the room. And if you have a nasty face, they've read that you don't want to be approached and they're going to go to the next pretty lady. You want somebody who can read the room. You want someone. This is the example that I gave a couple of days ago on live. If you guys are familiar with the show Martin, one of Martin's characters' name is Jerome. Jerome is the pimp, the ooh. All right, you know what I'm talking about. So he is notorious for walking in the room, the entire energy of the room shifts. Everyone is annoyed by him. You see Gina, she's cringing. You see Pam, she's hiding, right? They don't want to be around him. He immediately starts spitting lines. He immediately starts trying to talk to somebody and flirt with somebody. He can't read the room. He doesn't have the skill set. He doesn't have the socialization skills, right? And so do you want the type of guy who can't read the room? That's cringe. You want a guy who can read the room. You want a guy who can pick up on your emotions and adapt accordingly. But a stranger will not adapt to a nasty face. A stranger's going to say, oh, she got an attitude, I'm going to keep it moving. And you already know, if you're a woman of color, we're already seen as problematic and angry. So you can't continue to look that way. Even if you are a hardback West Indian, if you are rough around the edges, Brooklynite, New Yorker, you cannot do that. So you need to replace the resting bee face with a smile. This, we're talking about, again, how to get approached. And lastly, you need to be going out. I put small groups. I should have put a pair. It needs to be 2 of y'all. Not all 3 of y'all, 2 of y'all, or you. Now, as an avid fan of Law and Order SVU, I understand that many of you might not feel safe or comfortable going out by yourself. I get it. It needs to be one person. As soon as there are 2 ladies with you, it is ladies' night. It's ladies' night out, right? And so you have now created a potentially hostile environment for this gentleman. And some might say, again, well, if he was tough, he would. Yeah, but there's someone who's just as pretty as you on the other side of this event. Logic, men, we talk about men, logic and reason. Logic and reason says, I'm going to take the path of least resistance. I don't know you. I don't know that you are amazing. I don't know that you are the dream wife and mom and supporter, and you pour into me and you put life. I don't know that. I see you and 2 chicks, and I see another girl who's just as pretty as you and by herself or with 1 chick. Easy peasy chicken greasy. Path of least resistance. I only have to buy 1 drink or 2 drinks as a gentleman versus having to buy 4. If I'm rejected, I'm only rejected by 1 woman in front of another woman quietly versus a group of 5. Or potentially some hater in y'all group. You know the hater who's in your group. This is ladies' night. If you buying my friend a drink, you gotta buy us a drink. I ain't giving you access. Nope. 1 friend or less. This is how you are approached in public. And I'll give you a bonus. You need to slow down. Says me, who talks a mile a minute, right? I've just made myself slow down. Use whatever tool you need to use to slow down. Plan your life better. Organize your time better. Because again, reading the room says, this lady's busy. I don't want to bother her. I'll talk to the other one. He don't know you to think that he needs to hold out for you. So you got to slow down. That's the bonus. Okay. Femininity is key. I really tried to say this word slowly and I can't get it right. Femininity. Oh, I got it, y'all. Hey, femininity is key. You need to be warm and compliment the gentleman when he does approach you. You are not his homeboy. This is not the time to talk about the stats. This is not the time to talk about how Draymond should be suspended indefinitely versus not because he keep beating the people up. This is not the time for you to be talking about hip hop and the death of hip hop and what they doing with all this rock your body. This is not the time. He's not your homeboy. I understand that sometimes for some women to connect with men, they think they have to talk about men issues. You are going to friend zone yourself expeditiously. So this is not the time to be his homeboy. This is the time to be warm and feminine and soft and compliment his ascot, his shoes, his watch, his suit, his cologne, whatever it is. You need to open up your body language. What does this look like? It looks like this, right? Not like this. Because I got the ill stink face too. No, this is not the time. Smiling, warm, welcoming, chest up and open, shoulders back, chin up, warm and welcoming and smiling, okay? And you're going to allow the gentleman to lead, but with your suggestions. What does that look like? These guys want their ego stroked, and I know that we might not be a fan of this ideology. However, I am a fan of, I need a result. So if that means that I need to do blank in order to get blank, and it's not anything that goes against my morals and values, I will do blank to get blank, right? So if you need to be smiling and warm and welcoming, and maybe that's not your normal disposition, you're going to work on that, right? But you're going to allow the gentleman to lead. So he'll say something along the lines of, I'd love to take you out on a date. I was thinking about this restaurant. He took the lead. He initiated the date, right? You then are going to say, oh, that's so amazing. Compliment sandwich. That's so amazing. I love to connect with you. I was thinking I would really actually love to check out this or this or this suggestions. I look forward to hearing from you and I can't wait to see you on Friday. Compliment sandwich. Femininity is a gift. Sometimes tough women, professional women who have had to be tough in order to navigate the world, people in big cities who have had to be tough to navigate the world, think that the power is in directness, which is usually associated with masculine traits. The power is in femininity and allowing these gentlemen to feel like they have all this control, but in reality, okay, sorry to the guys who might be on here, y'all gonna forgive me. It's the truth, it's the truth, okay? Now, when we get to date night, what's happening here? Once the date is confirmed, which should happen in about 2 weeks after you've had consistent conversation. If this person works a regular 9 to 5-ish and works and lives in your city and more than 3 weeks have passed, they are playing with you, all right? Dress for your shape. We talked about that. Look and smell your best. And you need to listen more than you talk on this date. Open up that body language. Make sure you are welcoming. You are then asking questions around those non-negotiables. And when they respond, you are listening to problematic responses. I put red flags, again, using terms against my will, because that's what society says. It's not a red flag necessarily. It's just an inappropriate match for you. So you're asking questions around those non-negotiables to see, is he hardworking, if that's yours? Is he a Christian man, if that's yours? Is he blah, blah, blah? And then as you get those answers, you're looking for something that's not in alignment, and you are going to end that date, end that conversation, and then you're done. You're out. Peace, right? And so the last step of this is to rinse and repeat. You are going to continue to meet new people by going outside and going on apps. And you are going to continue to see new people by going outside and going on apps. You're going to continue to communicate with these new people, and you're going to date more than one person at a time. And lastly, because I'm going to say it again, because I said it before, but I had to put it twice because it's so important. You have to have more than one egg in your basket. You have to have a rotation. For my busy professional women, I want 3 guys in your rotation. I did not say sleep with these guys. I would never say that. Never, ever, ever say that. Rotation meaning conversing, texting, date. Conversing, texting, date. And then we go back to the previous slide. If they say something that's out of alignment with what you require, non-negotiable line in the sand, then you finish out the date kindly, and then you're done. If you want to send a message, you can. If you don't, that's perfectly fine too. Does that make sense? If you follow these steps, it consistently, I'm not talking about going to the gym every other week. I'm talking about going to the gym 3 times a week and dieting, right? I'm not talking about going on the app every other month. I'm talking about going on every day. Like I said, going out once a week. Like I said, if you do this consistently, you will get the results that you desire. You will. Okay? So at this point, beautiful people, we have some choices that we need to make. We have some choices that we need to make. You can take the information that I've provided. You can try your best to execute it. See what results you'll get. Some of you may not. Or you can do what these clients have done. My first one here, Crystal, she literally was my first client, which is why you see a whole baby here, because it's been a while. He's 2 years old now. Got into a committed relationship after a situationship of 6 years, wasting her whole time. The man done bought a house. She gave me permission, y'all, I can say this. Bought a house while they were together. Her name's not on it. Foolishness, right? Got into this committed relationship with the gentleman that she met on the job. She took a little bit of a risk. They became engaged. They had their first child together. The boy is now 2 years old. Or you can be like one of my other clients, divorcee, down in the DMV, divorcee with the baby 5. I think the baby, she's a 3 or 5. I want to say 5. With a 5-year-old, divorced, got back into the dating scene. She was in her committed relationship within 4 months of the program. So she I think we just finished the 6 months. She's already in that committed relationship. She actually because we're still working together, she hit me up and she said, Alison, it's Thanksgiving. My father is asking me if so-and-so asked for my hand in marriage, would I say yes? I'm afraid. I think he might have had a conversation with my father. Right? One of my favorite clients, divorcee from an abusive husband from Virginia, 2 teenage girls from that relationship. Met this gentleman through Match, met this gentleman on an app too. So in person, apps, happens every day. They both work. We want both tools. And she was engaged to be married within a year to her husband. Yesterday or 2 days ago was her birthday. And he rented out this whole thing. I saw it on Instagram. Beautiful and amazing. Thank you to my husband is what she said, right? We have wedding invitations. We have engagements everywhere. This is the work that I do. I get people learning how to navigate dating successfully with the tools that I just provided through a systematic program, a program that works, into committed relationships into engagements, engagements to marriage. Okay. One of my favorite clients, 39 years old, 7-year-old son from a previous relationship, engaged within 7 months. Now, I'm not telling you I'm gonna give you that. That's a little fast for me, right? However, the idea remains the same. And look at what they were able to do, y'all. So when I tell y'all the work that I do is for y'all, but it's for these kids, it's for home ownership, it's for generational wealth, it's to have an impact on society and community. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Okay? Check this out, y'all.
Okay. Turn it the other way. No, the other way, Kai. Yes. Ooh. Yes, turn. One more. Good job. Go. Yes, go. That's it. And now?
Stepdad's coming in to help.
Now push the thing.
Instructing, teaching.
Say, welcome to my new house.
Okay, I didn't want to show his face, out of respect. You guys get what I'm saying? Oh, no. No, I don't want to show his face. This is why we shouldn't mess the videos. Sorry, y'all. All right, that got through. But you get the point. So I'm here to offer you what you need in order to get the results that you desire and require to get into the committed relationship that you deserve, the partner you deserve, my 6-month coaching program. And I have a special offer for all of you who are here on this call, okay? So my coaching program, The Partner You Deserve, that you saw all those testimonials, help women get into committed relationship that lead to marriage and more, and home ownership and stability and happiness and support and love. So the first thing that we do is we get clear on exactly what you want in a mate and in a relationship, so that you know going into the dating scene what questions to ask, what behaviors to pay attention to, so you can properly assess whether or not someone is an appropriate match by the end of your first date. Not weeks, not months. Okay, I help you reflect on where you've gone wrong in your previous relationships so that you can correct that behavior and show up as the best version of you moving forward. Okay, I help you to create and optimize your dating profile. So it's not, these are the photos, here you go. It's share your screen and I literally write your bio with you. I literally write your prompts for you. I literally rearrange your photos for you. I help you to build confidence so that you are prepared to be dating again with now with intention and focus. Okay, the program, what does it do? It will make sure, we'll go with that. It will make sure that you are emotionally and mentally prepared for committing to the partner that you deserve. Remember, we talked about, we cannot have you being the one who self-sabotages. You need to be mentally and emotionally prepared to commit to the right guy, because sometimes what happens, we come across a good thing and we get scared and we're the ones who destroy it. No. That's not going to happen for you. Okay, so let's talk about who this program is not for. If you are not interested or ready for a committed relationship with one person, my program is not for you. It will not work. If you are not ready to face your fears and your old belief system, this program will not work. If you are not ready to take action, show up for yourself, take accountability, and do the work in order to get the life that you want, and you don't think that life just happens to you, then it won't work. And if you think that all men or all women ain't ish, and that's just the nature of the game, then obviously it won't work, because you don't believe that there are any good people out there in the first place. Okay. So what is lifelong companionship worth? What is your partner in crime worth? What is the person who's going to raise your children and have an impact on your children and your children's children? What is that worth to you? What is it worth to build generational wealth with someone? What is it worth to have someone come for you to come home to support you?